God bless you. This is Pastor James E. Ford, pastor of the Word Made Flesh Ministries. I'm so glad you tuned in to today's broadcast. And today we're dealing with a message entitled, It's Moving Day. A series of messages at this time about spiritual fitness program. And today we're going to deal with weightlifting. Oh, you know, I can't even wait to talk about it, but I'm going to tell you it's about prayer. If you want to lift the weights off of your shoulders, if you want to lift the weights out of your life, go to praying. It's God's way of lifting weights. But I tell you what, enough about me talking. Let's go into the service.
And I asked God, I said, God, what is it that you desire for us to do? What is the foundation? What is the purpose? And what are the things we need to do to become physically and spiritually fit? Naturally so, you got to eat the right foods. You got to hydrate yourself. You got to drink enough water to move your blood and to create in you a colonization and a detoxification. And last but by no means, you got to get some rest. You know the reason why some of us are in the shape we're in, we don't rest no more. I told you before and I'll say it again, years ago, we had enough sense in society that even the television told you it's time to go to bed. We got Showtime and we got all the channels and they're putting more on every day. I used to guitar to the highest I could go to was channel 13 and channel 26 in my day. Now you can go up to channel 245 and it looks like they got something on every channel. And it looks like we are not doing what we're doing. And we thought it was cute. We grown now. We can stay up all night long. But you don't know God put inside of your body. He put inside of you a law. You got to get your rest. You can't stay up 24 hours and function properly. They say if a man or a woman stays up over 19 hours, it's the same effect as if you've been drinking a quart of gin. Your mind don't regulate. Your thoughts don't actuate. You don't get it together like you're supposed to because you haven't gotten the rest. And God spoke to my heart and said, naturally so, tell them to drink some more water. Some of this stuff you praying about, if you just try drinking some water, it'll pass that stuff out your stool and you'll be able to feel a little bit better. Then he said, tell them to eat the right food. Your diet is going to really change some things for you. You got to cut some stuff out, baby. I know you from the South. I know hog maws and chitlins was your diet of the day. But it's too late in the day to start eating that stuff. Years ago, they didn't have all the pesticides and all the insecticide on it. And we were eating stuff to preserve food. But not only is it preserving the food, it's preserving your stool from passing through your body. Go back to eating your greens. Go back to eating your lettuce. Go back to eating cabbages. Why don't you eat a tomato every now and then? Cut that junk loose. Get yourself to bed. Drink your water. And let God be God in your life. First natural and then spiritual. God, what do you want us to do that we can be physically fit and mentally straight and able to do the job you called us to do? He said, son, go back to praying. He said, son, tell these folks, you have not because you ask not. The only reason, number one, on the parade why you don't get your prayers answered is because you don't ask for what you want. And if you desire the things of God, if you ask God for prayer, if you ask God for a change, you'll find God say, I've been waiting on you. I haven't been distant and I haven't put myself out of the picture, but I put a word and a law. We got too many disobedient church folk. The reason why we should pray is one, because he set an example. Two, the reason why we should pray because there is a devil. Don't forget, he's out to cut your head off. He's out to bust you upside your head. The devil ain't stopped. He ain't went to sleep on you. The only reason why you still standing because the grace of God is on your life. But if you stop doing and getting outside the grace of God, it's going to be fair game for the devil. The reason why we should pray, there is a devil. The reason why we should pray, because prayer is God's way to obtain. If you want it from God, you got to pray. And number four, the reason why we should pray is because our souls grow when we pray. If you want your soul to start growing, if you want to get into God's physical fitness program, go to praying. And don't pray just for the big things. Start praying for the little things. start getting, the more, when you first start lifting weights, and they'll tell you, I will be honest with you, but I'm the one. When I first started trying to lift some weights, I couldn't have no weights on the bar. I could barely lift the bar. And don't bring no bar in if you lift right now. But I can't get out of here with your devilish self. But sometimes you can't lift no weight. Do you not know if you lift a weight that's too much for you, you can tear something? You got to build up to this thing. There used to be a football player by the name of Herschel Walker, and they said he had almost 0% body fat. And they said the reason why, because every day he would do 1,000 crunches. His stomach was as flat as this floor. The abs were abnormal. He had abnormal abs because what he did it in such a powerful and a consistent way. And they found out, they said, but if I was to try to do 1,000 abs, I'd be in Burr Oaks or maybe in Rush Presbyterian St. Luke. So I'm not going to try to jump from 1 all the way to 1,000, but do it a little at a time. Tell God I'm going to meet you for 5 minutes in the morning, or just 5 minutes. I dare you to make a date with God for 5 minutes. And God ain't going to be mad at you, because God will say, this is progress. This is what I want to see. This means you were listening to the message, and this means it's something going on. And do you not know, as long as I'm profitable to God, as long as I'm doing what he's called me to do, I'm going to last a long time. But if I'm not doing no good for you, and it doesn't get done, they fire coaches every day. Football, basketball, it don't matter. If you're not doing what's needed to be done, just because you have a lifetime contract don't mean nothing. They will declare you dead and fire you. So you got to know, I want to be a purpose, and I want to serve God in the fullness. Now, I told you why we should pray. I'm going to tell you how we should pray. Number 1, we should pray submissively. We should pray submissively. And that means whatever he tells you to do, do it. Submit your will to God's will. God might tell you to hop on 1 foot, and it may not make no sense to you. But keep on doing it, because God may have somebody walking down the street and they say, God, show me your God. He said, I got a man. He said, God, if you're God, have somebody hopping on 1 foot. And you be around the corner just hopping, don't know why you hopping. Somebody will turn the corner and say, Lord, you're God. I told the story about Arthur Blessing. We've heard the story before. He carries the cross around the world. They say he's carried that cross so much till his shoulder is out of joint. And the Lord spoke to him, get up one morning and go down to the beach and carry the cross. He said, Lord, don't you want me to carry the cross through the city? Don't you want me to carry the cross where everybody can see it? He said, go down to the beach and carry the cross and do it now. Arthur Blessing picked that big old cross up early in the morning. He was sleeping, but he said, God, you told me to do it. And while he was carrying the cross, a woman ran up to him. And she was running and so hysterical. He said, because some people don't like to see the cross. He was in a foreign country. That might as well be America. A whole lot of folks in America don't like the cross either. But he was in a foreign country. And when that woman ran up to him, he braced himself because he's been hit, he's been shot, he's been beat, he's gone through all, and he was waiting for the retaliation for carrying the cross. And the woman who could barely speak English, but she got enough English together to put her point across. She said, you don't know. You don't know. I had come to this beach this morning, and I had told myself I was going to kill myself. I was going to jump off and end my life. And I said, God, if you really love me, show me a sign. And what sign did the Lord show her? A cross. One man walking with the cross way away.
Well, I know if you feel like I do, that service was for me. That service, God blessed me. And I want you to know everything we said, it stands true doubly for you. If you want your life to be its best, go back to praying. The Bible said if you ask, you will receive. And I'm going to let you know, I'm asking you to be back with us next time as we go back into the wonders of the Word broadcast and let God have his way. Oh, yeah.